Hello, everybody. Hope you are having a great Friday, and we'll have a great weekend. This week in gold making, I wanted to go over a few things. I noticed one thing in TSM is if I have um, a lot of, let me turn off so general. Anyway, if you have a lot of things listed here, so like maybe I have like maybe set this to 200. Um, when I go to start crafting them, this sometimes for whatever reason this number stops updating. Um, it's just something minor, and it's not. It's usually when you have just a whole lot there. It shouldn't be that big a deal, if you're keeping an eye on it. But it might be something to watch out for. I don't know if it like continues crafting stuff. Um, if the number doesn't decrement or not, but that might be something to keep an eye out for. I haven't noticed it yet, but the other thing I've noticed is since I have a pretty big craft queue here, I've noticed that these things don't really go as fast because I think it's kind of trying to update uh, my crafting list here. Especially let's try adding that to the queue. So you can kind of see it seems a little slow. To me it seems a little slow, but so what I if I have a lot of stuff I need to do and I just need to do all of them, I'll just actually just switch to the default UI. And that's another thing. I finally picked up this the recipe. You have to be, I think, honored with the Wild Hunt, and basically you can shatter these sacred shards. Well, sacred shards on my realm sometimes drop pretty low in price. Plus, I can craft some blue items that I can then disenchant, and so it ends up, since you get three soul dust, it actually makes soul dust a lot cheaper. So like, yeah, my cost is around seven and a half gold, just because I can shatter these shards instead. So versus the 18 gold, or just either as opposed to buying it off the auction house, or you craft a whole bunch of green items and then disenchant them. At least this way, you're disenchanting one item, and you might get one or two shards plus some soul dust sometimes, versus disenchanting a green item and getting like 2 to 4 soul dust, which I don't know. I find this is a lot faster anyway if you're trying to just get a lot of stuff stuff made. So anyway, um, so one thing I've started doing is, since I've got just way too many auctions. Uh, there's the stuff I call, it's the island expedition gear. So it's the like Bloodwake, Rattling Bone, Razor Fin. The Razor Fin stuff is really popular as far as price goes. I think Rattling Bone, a lot of these I went ahead and learned the appearance for, just because I didn't want to like sell them and not have them. But yeah, some of these. What I've been doing is I've been throwing these into my bank on each of my tunes and stuff, and then I'm just gonna sit on them for a while. They're not really selling a whole lot, but there's. I think what's going to happen is you're going to have these people that keep um, raising the price. So, like here, let's look at these shoulder guards. See, min buyout is 829, market value. Well, see, region market value average is probably more close to what they're going to be selling for, and actually maybe even lower than that. So I'm just going to let a lot of these things uh, go up in price, and then once I've kind of wound down some of my other stuff, I'll bring these back and start listing them again. And if my price is substantially lower than a lot of other people, then people may actually notice that. It um, might entice more people to buy at my price instead of these overly inflated prices. Um, let's see. Let's go through. I actually made a a WordPad document. So this week I've been spending a lot of gold on Korthite crystals. Um, actually sold some, I think, accidentally, but actually for a good profit. I've mainly been buying them for about 3K each. So we can look at the price here. So see, people keep listing them kind of low, so I'll just buy. I'll buy. Actually, let me just buy the 5 here. So I've been trying to, like here I bought almost 1,700, a little over 1,700. Um, so you need 40 of these to make a rank 6, and you buy 400, which is 1.2 million, and you can only make 10 rank 6s. So this week has actually been, I've started seeing more sales with the rank 6s. Some people are finally able to make them, so that's what they're doing. So I've been started off, bought a whole bunch, made some sales, and been buying some more here and there. So that's what's been happening. Ledger. Let's look at the ledger here let's look at the revenue. Last 7 days. So revenue is really, really high, but there's also a lot of expenses going on. So let's see what expenses says. Yeah, so 4 million in expenses. So I made a WordPad document. Let me go up to the top just to go over some stuff. Rank 4 and rank 6 sales. I'm not doing any of the rank 5s. So I have sold some capes are popular, and you can kind of look at if somebody buys a rank 4 cape or rank 4 anything, they're likely going to be buying the rank 6 later on. So looking at some of your I'd say maybe your rank 3 and 4 sales, see what people are buying there. Waist guard, so those are going to be popular. Umber hide leggings. So if I was going to, if you're going to start crafting the rank 6s to sell or something like that, you can look at it that way. It's like, well, what's selling at the lower ranks, and make some of those. But everybody knew that the cape was going to be popular. For as far as like plate, I think the waist guard and maybe the greaves. So yeah, I've sold some greaves. I use greaves myself, the Shadowgrass greaves. So I went ahead and so what I was doing is I'm making everything for the items that I'm making first are the items that I know I'm going to be using eventually. Once I get enough soul cinders. So leggings, greaves, cape. Let's see. I'm not sure if I use a waist guard or not, but let's see. Rank 3 sales. So like I was saying, you could look at this and say, okay, well, what are people buying? Bone Shatter gauntlets have been really popular. There's not as much competition there, at least in the rank 3 area. So that's been really good this week. Um, and Cape as usual. Um, let me when I get down here a little further, I'll talk about the Cape. Uh, rank 2 sales. I can't really separate these out like I can with the other. I don't have like a single character that's just handling the rank. A specific rank. This character that does these does a lot of my other crafted gear. Um, so you can kind of see what you can pause the video if you need to go back and kind of analyze this a little better. But um, definitely good sales all around with the lower ranks. I didn't bother with the rank 1 because anyway. So I've noticed a lot of new gold makers or people that are just leveling up their legendaries. They're finally, it's like, hey, I need a cape, or they want to get to rank 4. They don't want to spend 200,000, 300,000 gold to buy a rank 6. But if they've got the materials, and maybe they're willing to spend. So yeah, like on my realm, if you saw a cape going for 500,000, and it's like, well, I want to buy that cape. Well, it might only cost you 300 or 400,000 to craft the cape to rank up to a rank 4, and then you could craft your own at that point. And so, and all it's going to cost you is the for the most part, the Korthite crystals. Like my capes cost, rank 4 cape costs about 6k to make, so, or maybe even less than that. It might be like 4k. So what I've noticed is a lot of these new legendary, what they'll do is they'll list, like they listed all 15 of their 210 capes for 100 each. So I bought them all, and then even later that day, I was selling them for 1,500 each. So pretty much made my money back with one sale, and then the rest of this is just um, mostly profit off of those. So, and I kind of think that as we go farther along, I'm probably going to have to destroy some of these capes, or just get rid of them somehow, because well, nobody's going to be making the rank 1s or rank 2s once they've passed up. They're be able to make the rank 3s and 4s. They're not going to be bothering with these. But then so these, I might be able to make some sales with these, but I think it's getting so easy to get soul ash that if somebody goes, so what a lot of people are, I think, doing, and I think I've mentioned this in other videos, is they will go through and hey, I need a cape, so let me go ahead, or that's what my legendary is going to be. So they'll go out to the auction house, they'll look for the cheapest cape between maybe like rank 1 and 4, and say, okay, well, a rank 2 is 100 gold, a rank 1 is 50 gold. Well, I'm just going to go ahead and get the 100 gold one. So what's the difference? Or if the rank 3 is substantially less, let me see what the rank 3s were going for. Yeah, 2,800. Hey, they might go ahead and buy the rank 3. So I can see in a little while that or in the next month or two, that people just don't even bother with the rank 1s anymore. So it's possible that those are going to just be really garbage prices. It might be worth it to hold on to them for another year, if there's a new expansion or something else comes along and nobody else is crafting them, they might go back up in value. But it just depends. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to note is engineering. I sold another geosynchronous world spinner. Uh, that those have been actually selling pretty well the last couple of weeks. I think I've been selling one a week just about. So that's it for my document here. Um, Let me look at my notes, see what else. I've noticed some people were talking about. It's like, hey, is now a good time to get into crafting legendaries? The problem is it's got a high barrier to entry if you want to rank up everything, or if you want to. Uh, what I would say, if you don't have like just a lot of gold, and you're okay if you lose a lot of it, then, well, if you have a lot of gold and you don't mind losing a lot, or potentially losing a lot, then yeah, maybe you rank up the one slot that you need, and you might can make some gold on it that way. But I don't know. It's kind of a tough situation. Like right now, a lot of the materials have gone back up in price. It would have been better like a month ago, or 2 months ago, before the patch came out, to have bought a lot of these materials. And I think that's what we're seeing now, is a lot of people um, probably had bought a lot, and then they finally came back to the game and leveled their stuff up. So um, yeah, so I can't say whether or not it's one of those things that you have to make that decision yourself. If you're you probably should have done it. If you're still thinking about it, maybe you shouldn't do it now. But it's kind of one of those things. When I was looking into getting into the legendaries, I went ahead and did the plate ones, and so I was pretty committed there, and I was actually making gold. And when I was debating about whether to do the leather and the I think jewel crafting and some others, I kind of got a late start on those because my characters hadn't even gotten to 60 yet. And so a lot of people were saying, "Oh, it's kind of too late. You missed the boat." But the thing is I've made plenty of gold with it. It's just maybe I didn't make the mountains of gold that uh, these people are saying that, hey, you shouldn't get into it yet, or it's too late. You've missed the boat. It's like, well, you may not have missed the boat. And here's the other thing, is that we I assume there's going to be another patch, with another raid. We probably should get 3 raids out of this, out of Shadowlands. So there's potential to level up your, if you level them up now, you might be able to make your money back by the time third a third raid comes out. But I'm hoping that I guess we don't kill the jailer this raid, so I assume that's going to happen. Um, I think that's it for what I've got on my list here. Uh, not much else. If there's something you have a question about, as always, post it in the comments. I don't get a lot of questions, and when I do, I'm usually pretty good about answering them. Um, I do have a spreadsheet here. So one thing I kind of started playing around with was a spreadsheet for, I set up like nice formulas and stuff where I would go through here and do all the math to tell me how much something costs, and then I'd update it. But I got to a point where it's like that was just too much work. I did it for the Shadowgast ones, but then and then I actually set up a little thing to make this green if it's over a certain percentage. So it would kind of tell me that, hey, I should go ahead and make one of these. Now I'm not even keeping track. Whoops. Let me not drag that away. Um, Now I'm not really, you know, keeping track of this too much. What I am doing is keeping track of, how many. So I've got four of my armed guards here. My smart average price is 183, so it tells me that I have an investment value of 733 gold for those armed guards. So I've done this for pretty much everything. I've tried to update, like I've got a lot of the cloth legendaries. I've bought a ton of those for really cheap, a ton of those really cheap. So what I'm looking at, so what I wanted to get an idea of is, well, how many rank ones do I have? 360. That's a lot. What's the value of those? Well, my investment cost is 118,000, but I'm pretty sure I've easily made a lot of that back, and a lot of these big costs here are from the ones that I haven't bought a lot of. You see, I still have like quite a few of those, but yeah, Helm hasn't really been selling really well. Anyway, I'm getting distracted here. So I just mainly wanted to kind of keep track of, how much do I have invested, and this is just the rank 1s, 2s, and 3s. The rank 4s right now I'm making like maybe 1 or 2 of each of those to sell, because I think they're still going to sell because people want a higher rank. They're doing the new raid, but they don't have the soul cinders yet to take care of it. So and then I'm keeping track of my rank 6 sales here, and then I just go ahead and why did that do that? Okay. Anyway, so I've sold 12 items so far. This is my crafting cost and my profit here, and totals here. So I've made 1 million gold, 1.4 million gold, and this was from this week here, so July 15th through the 22nd. So hopefully I'll make some more sales, and I imagine these prices will come down in the next few weeks as other people are kind of enter the market and more Korthite crystals become available. People are farming them, and just because you farm it doesn't mean it's free. You can always sell it on the auction house, and like I said, I've been buying them for usually when they dip below 3K. I've been buying them, and if I see a lot more, I'll probably start trying to pick them up and just move my average down as I go. So I think I've talked way too much, but that's it for this week. If I find anything else, I'll probably just add it to the next week. So all right, y'all take care.